Welcome to Pairing Solution. And today again, we have here with us Paulla Kettula. Paula is a transformational parenting coach, and she has served parents and children for more than 20 years. And she is licensed clinical social worker also. Paula today here going to talk about what to do when it feels like nothing is working, nothing is going in the right direction, and we are feeling stuck. Welcome, Paula, and just tell us more about it.
Yeah, thank you, Philton. I'm so happy to be here. I wanted to talk about this topic because I work with a lot of parents, and this is literally every parents ask me these questions. Typically, when parents come to me, things are usually pretty bad already. Like there's something really major, serious going on that has been going on for a long time sometimes. And that's just human nature. It just takes us a long time to get help. One quick statistics that's kind of shocking here in the United States, it takes on average 11 years to get professional help for people who are struggling with mental health issues. 11 years. 11.
Since we start? Since mental health problem starts?
Yeah. Okay. From the onset of the initial symptoms. So if you're ever wondering why it's taking me so long to get some help, it's a thing that happens. And but it's important to know that there are people like me, parent coaches, therapists out there to support you. So this is one of the biggest questions. Like, okay, what do I do as a parent when it feels like nothing is working? Nothing is working. Nothing that I've done is working. So I have a list of 12 things here for you today. I'm just going to go over them here. So the first thing that I always tell parents is just pause. Just pause. Take a breath. Use some self-compassion is a great tool. I think there's another interview in Phil's YouTube and wherever these are posted that can teach you a little bit about self-compassion. So just pausing and taking a breath would be the step number one, like kind of stopping that catastrophizing mind and that train of thought. The other thing you can do is just tell yourself, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay. It's okay to feel like nothing is working. It's okay. And just recognizing that and just even saying it out loud. And there's something soothing about that because it takes away that pressure to fix stuff. A lot of the time, what I also tell parents, like, it's actually nothing to fix. Nothing wrong with your child, nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with your child's behavior, nothing wrong with the way they are. There's nothing to fix. So very important mindset is to remember that. The other one that I like is reminding yourself that your child is not giving you a hard time. It feels like it. Feels like sometimes they're just doing it on purpose and they're giving me a hard time. So shifting that into they are having a hard time. They're having a hard day. Wait a minute, I'm having a hard day. So just changing that into, okay, something going on and they're having a hard time. Okay. The other one of my go-to answers is like, well, what if we are all just doing our best? Like you're doing your best, your children are doing your best, your husband, your other parent, your partner, they are doing their best. Like everybody's just doing their best. Whether it looks like that to us or not, it's not for us to judge it. So when we step out of judgment into believing, and this is a belief system, that everybody's doing their best, even people who might hurt us, even children who might be very mean. Like, what if even they are doing their best? So let's not judge that. And I believe that 100% about human beings, that we are all just trying our best, and we have a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of challenges in our history and our upbringing and the way we respond emotionally. Okay.
Everyone has their own type.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And now number 5 is an important one. Is like, well, you're working, like, think about a plant, like a tree. So when the tree is a little sapling, you don't know what kind of tree it's going to be. Just know. You might, if it's like a very tiny one, you don't even know what type of tree it could be. So, but we keep nurturing the tree. We don't go like, oh, let me stop watering the tree because this is not the kind of tree that I want. No, you got to give things time. So the fruits of your labor in parenting, you might not see them until your child is adult, until the brain, the nervous system, everything has like completed their development and their growth. So the message here is don't give up. Because you don't see any changes in the immediacy doesn't mean that it's not working. Because if you are coming from a place of, okay, how do I connect with my child? How do I make them feel safe? How do I respond to their developmental needs? And all those things, when you're in that space and you do your best in that, there's nothing you can do wrong. But sometimes it just takes time for children to mature and to develop. And sometimes you don't see who they really become and how they're going to be when they're adults. So hang in there. Hang in there. Don't give up. And I guess part of that, my number 6, is to have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in children and childhood, that they are typically stronger and more resilient than we think that they are. So believing in that. Another big one, number 7, is let's check our expectations. So sometimes parents' expectations are up here and children are kind of here, and a lot of behaviors that are normal for children, parents expect that they shouldn't engage in those. I don't remember where I heard this, but like it's or who said it, but I just kind of recently heard this analogy, like, when kids are young, we are like excited, they're learning to walk and talk and yay, awesome. And then when they're a little bit older, it's like, don't run, be quiet, sit down. Like suddenly we like kind of like disrupt their movement.
Shutting them down.
Right. Whereas it's normal for children. They have one of the developmental needs is the need for exploration, which means they are all over the place. They're touching everything. But what I would often hear from parents, like, don't touch that, leave that alone, sit down. In my waiting room, they would be quiet, sit down. I'm like, I don't have a problem with the kids just being kids. So checking our own expectations about children, because what they're doing might be just very driven, like biologically driven and very natural. The other ones, my favorite, I guess they are all my favorites, make it fun and playful. When do you feel like nothing is working? Well, maybe there's some playfulness and some fun missing in the parenting. When you make things fun and playful, then you are actually entering the world of the child. So let's say, I think this is a recent example, like if you happen to have a child that likes to pinch you, instead of having reaction like, stop, that's not appropriate, you need to stop right now, just go after her, like, oh, I'm gonna come get you, I'm a little, like, pretend to be a little crab or some animal, like, I'm gonna come get you. So then you get playful, and guess what's gonna happen? Everybody's gonna be laughing, in a matter of like seconds. It becomes a game.
Yeah.
And that's all the child needed, right? That's what they needed to begin with.
I've observed that children are most comfortable when we are playful with them. They are like very, very progressive mode when they see us in a playful mode.
Yeah. They stick a tongue at you and go, na, 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 na. You do the same back, Yeah. You make it a game, and it's an invitation to play. So making things playful. And then the important is get support, talk to other parents, vent with the purpose of venting, of releasing their stress. Have a venting buddy, somebody you can call, like, hey, I'm having a tough day, I feel like nothing is working. So talk to somebody and process it. Self-care. Usually when we get to the point when we get to a point of desperation, like, nothing's working, it's like, okay, our cup is not filled. So then you need to amp up your self-care, however that looks like. There's self-care is different for everybody. There's the different ways to do that. I'm a big advocate for self-care. And one thing I want to say about self-care, that if you're feeling like, well, self-care is not working, so then you also get to work on your self-worth and your value, because self-care is not going to work on a superficial level if you don't value yourself. So self-care actually becomes with the recognition that I'm a valuable person, I'm worthy. And then we do add self-care actions to that self-care. Make sense?
Committed action. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Sense. Yeah. And sometimes, when things are hard with kids, just reminding yourself, okay, why did I have these creatures to begin with? There was a vision, there was a reason. Most of the time, there's a reason. Yeah. So like lighting up that vision inside of you, like what is your vision for yourself as a parent or for children, and reminding yourself of that, yeah, that's why I chose to have children, is this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And my last one is also a big one, because this is an important one also. Kind of exploring this idea of what is your own experience? Like, how do you feel? And how do you respond when you feel like things are not working? Like, how's that experience for you? Like, did something happen in your childhood, in your past, in your background, that when things were not working, then what happened? Because the underlying message, also this idea things are not working, is also maybe a little bit of a sense of powerlessness. You know, feeling like I don't know, I don't know what to do, I don't know how. But again, those are limiting beliefs. So if we operate from that, then the parenting experience is going to be very often things actually don't work. But so we gotta also kind of check ourselves, like, okay, what's my relationship? How do I respond? How do I feel when things are not going my way? When I have the experience that things are not working?
Yeah.
So that's my list. Is that
Thank you for
helpful?
sharing all those. Yes, that is going to support a lot of parents, and I am sure they want to reach out to you. So I'll be putting this your website address into the description box. If you want to know more about Paulla and Paula's work, we'll reach out to her. Thank you, Paulla, for being here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so
Take care.
much. Bye.